All right, Ruben, tell me how you heard about Ibogaine and what brought you down for treatment.
I heard about Ibogaine roughly about 4 or 5 months ago while I was doing some research on kratom. I found out that Ibogaine was banned around the 80s, and that basically they were trying to also convert kratom into that same category. As far as this treatment center, the way I found out about it was through a lot of research. I was very hesitant with this type of procedure, only because I had no, if not little knowledge of what it was, of what the process was, or the method, or anything of that nature. Really, I mean, to me, it was something really underground, and just the fact of having the fly to a different country and all that, it left me a little hesitant, but so glad that I did.
Nice. Tell me a little about. Tell me what were some of the drugs in the cocktail you were taking months prior to your treatment.
Months prior to my treatment, I was actually going through about a 3-year detox, opiate detox program. First on Subutex, high dosage, and then I switched over to methadone just for cost purposes. Those were my main drugs, basically, of use before I came, and basically what really I strived for to get this treatment and to get away from it was the methadone and the Subutex, which is supposedly supposed to be to detox, or at least to for opiate maintenance
Replacement.
which ended up just being a substitute for another worse poison.
Heavier, for sure, on the system.
Absolutely.
What about the psych drug cocktail that you dropped?
The psych drug cocktail.
The Neurontin.
Also, I was on a heavy dose of Neurontin. Before that, heavier dose of Lyrica, high doses of benzos. I mean, I was pretty much, I was mixing, things left and right. My drug of choice was always opiates for the past 10 years. But I never dismissed anything.
What did you think about the experience, looking back on it?
In retrospect, the experience, to me, was golden. At first, because I was here for actually almost a week and a half before I could actually get my Ibogaine treatment. Going through pre-treatment was a little rough sometimes, but I don't know what it is here in Costa Rica. If it's the staff, the people, it's just a combination of everything that gives you this homely feeling that makes everything a lot easier, and also gave me a lot of chance to reflect even before starting my Ibogaine treatment as to what I wanted out of this, and how strong my conviction was going to be to make this happen and make it a consistent, lasting impression in my life.
Nice. What do you have any recollection of the dream state you'd like to share?
Yes, actually, I had a very mystical recollection of my dream state. It was a unexplainable feeling, definitely, to say the least. Not so. It wasn't scary for me at all, even though it was something of a risk maybe at the time, but it was something I definitely was determined to do so. There was no going back. But it actually, after the first couple of doses, and once I was in my dream state, there were so many things that just come at you at once, and it's just a matter of making the best of how much you can capture at one time and trying to synchronize it to something that makes sense. And at the end of the dream state, it's like all my doubts, or most of my doubts, all showed an answer. It showed me an answer to it. It was a very organic feeling. The whole time it was a very
Nice. How do you feel now? Now that it's been 3 days since your treatment, how do you feel looking back?
I feel probably how I've probably felt maybe 12 years ago, which has its pros and cons, because sometimes we're so used to self-medicating ourselves that we feel no apathy for anything, and now that we're actually real human beings and living life the way it's meant to be lived, you actually feel all the fulfilledness and the joys and any rough times or any little bit of edginess you could have or stuff like that, which I think is just a matter of getting used to being back to that sober state, which is just a matter of time. But other than that, I feel completely, as far as withdrawals go or any of that, healed in like this one-time shot, which I've never experienced before.
Nice. Excited to go home?
Excited to go home and reestablish my life, yes, very much so. But at the same token, I will deeply miss this place because I'm going on 3 weeks here, and I feel like family here, and I'm nothing but grateful for everything that was done here to help me and make this transition to my new life.
We were lucky to have you.
I was lucky to have
We'll be looking forward to seeing you back to visit.
Definitely.
All right, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ruben.